This order changed my life and many Iranian women's lives as well. As the result, many immigrated in the first years of the revolution, and some stayed in Iran and started to fight against Islamic fundamentalism. I felt the effects of the revolution on my life as a secular woman wholeheartedly. In this way, after Khomeini's decree regarding compulsory hijab for women, I started a non-violent struggles against misogyny. I participated in the demonstration of 30,000 women against compulsory hijab on March 8, 1979. Since then, I have been closely involved in some of the collective actions. I gained lots of experiences that motivated me to look different ways to contribute effectively for achieving social outcomes. In the early years of the revolution, the repression of political resistance was so severe that any dissenting voice was suffocated. The oppression of women was never. The rights that were gained by efforts of the pioneer of the women's rights activists and defenders over the years were suddenly taken away from them. Iran was involved in the era for 8 years, and this was a good excuse for the Islamic government to justify the repression. The prisoners were many times more than the capacity of the prison. Prisoners were from 10 years or to 8 years old or more. I was one of the imprisoned women who experienced this situation closely. In prison, I realized that education is needed to build a democratic society. I have always believed that democracy does not come out of the barrel of a gun. I made a promise to myself that after my release, I would do my best to educate women to achieve equal rights through non-violent struggle and precedents. In this regard, after being released from prison, the first thing I did was helping the mental health of the families of the political prisoners and organize women whose husbands were in prison. Gradually, two circles formed for the empowerment of women. During Khatami's presidency, the social political atmosphere was relatively open. Active people in their circle took advantages of the opportunity and created non-governmental organizations with the training they had acquired. Then, with such social support, the women's rights activists showed their opposition to any oppression of women. Women created numerous campaigns for creating civil disobedience in various fields, and especially by defying and refusing the mandatory hijab. They even use the terms strategies such as using humor to embarrass the oppressive forces. With such characteristics, the Iranian women movement, as one of the social movements of non-violence struggle, is not only exemplary but can be a global model. Today, when we are here, about 6 months have passed since the revolutionary and inclusive women's life freedom movement. Although this movement, which was started with the killing of Mahsa Amini by morality police for Islamic hijab, nationwide protests are the result of 44 years of oppression, discrimination, and marginalization of women. The revolutionary movement, which is one of the most progressive movement of the current era has placed in three important elements: women, life, freedom. In the center of attention. Although the leadership of the movement is in the hands of women, it has managed to bring the men of the society along with them. What the distinctive feature of this massive protest revolutionary movement is the significant presence of the Z generation. And it is especially teenage girls who have broken the boundaries of their fear and become fearless fighters. They are using communication and digital media well to send and receive messages. The movement not only promises the liberation of women in Iran, but it will be effective in the life of millions of women in the Middle East and countries where women live under the Islamic law. Young people know the meaning of the non-violent resistance and use it in the street protests, like throwing a turban. Iranian youth have put their chest against the bullets with their empty hand. Women, life, freedom. Thank you for attention. Thank you.